Hey you guys, welcome back. Got a lot of electrical stuff laying out here. Today we're going to wire up this table. We got a few things that we're going to do. We're going to put a bunch of outlets on here. We're going to do a junction box and we're going to do a switched outlet as well. Uh, Hope you guys like what I got going here. We're going to get started, but first, a little word from our sponsors.
Oh no!
But seriously though, it's time to get to work.
Bobo?
Straight damn born in the USA. Got dirt on my boots and fire in my chest. Freedom tattoo across a Kevlar vest. Ain't just talk, I live that pledge. From the coastlines out to the mountain edge. Salute the troops, respect the shield. We fight for real, not some highlight reel. From cookouts to shootouts to sunset fades. We ride with pride, never throw no shade. I'm made in the USA, where the brave still rise and the strong don't stray. For small town roots to them city blocks. We don't run, we don't punch clocks. We build, we break, we rise again. With a Bible, a badge, and a ballpoint pen. Yeah, I'm loud, I'm proud, I was forged this way. Straight damn born in the USA.
All right, now that we got all the boxes mounted and where we want them, we're going to get some wire measured out here. Now what I want to do is I want to kind of route the wires all around this way because I may be putting a leaf in sometime right here and maybe a chop saw or something, who knows. But I want to kind of keep this area of the table clear just in case I want to do something with it. So I'm going to kind of route everything around this way and kind of down this way. And I'm just going to measure the wire from up top, leave a little excess. You want to leave plenty of wire to cut. That way you got plenty to work with at the boxes. So don't ever cut yourself short. That's like the number one rule on wire is leave it long. So let's get after it. Go to my starting point, which is about right here. I think it's about where the junction box is. And then I'm going to come down this way, around, give myself a couple feet for that span. So there's one. That'll be my long run over here. Another thing, when you get your wires ran, you'll have plenty you can use to strip back for your little ground jumpers. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a minute. Plus, we're going to need a little short stubby for this one over here. I need to run one over here. Let's get about that much of an arch. There we go. I think we got our 3 main legs cut. So we'll get under there and get them ran in the boxes and cut to the lengths that we actually need and stripped back, and then start working with the short pieces. So let's get after it. All right, guys, welcome to Under the Table. So here's where we got our junction box, and here's one of our outlet boxes. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get this wire from here to here, and then we're going to mount them all nice and neat along the bottom here and get them ran to all of our boxes. So what we're going to do to get these mounted to everything is we have these right here that I've had for a little while. These are Romex cable staples. Super simple to put in. But first things first, we're going to get the wires in the box and make them look nice and neat. So let's get them stubbed in and get them sticking out as long as we need them to get them sticking out. Whoop. So I like to leave mine probably about 10 inches or so hanging out there, because you can always cut some off if need be, but you can't ever get any back. So there again, it's better to leave it long. Put that one there. And you can use as many of these things as you want, however you want to make it look. It's up to you how tidy you want it to be. But usually a few will get her done. Now you just want them to hold your wire. You don't want to smush your wire. You just want it to be in place. And you'll notice that my shorter span's on the bottom, my longer span is on the top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fish this wire in this box right here, leave it hanging out, kind of tuck it in up here, make it look nice and neat. Then I'm gonna tack one of these on the wall right here. Keep it in place. So it's kind of just like that right there. Put them in place, make it look nice and neat, and just continue working your way all the way around. So I'm not going to make you suffer through the whole thing. I'm going to keep going, and with the magic of YouTube, speed it up a little bit and come back to you in just a minute.
Nothing, still I rose with nothing but truth in my cow you sold. Ain't no map for the path I ride, just a six-gear faith and a flame inside. You can count me out, but you'll count wrong. I don't crack, I just get strong. I was built for this, for the back road wars, for the locked door scars and the slamming floors, for the lost, the stings and the pride that climbs, for the line you draw and the one I cross every time. Yeah, I'm stormproof, fire-tested, tight fist. You can't shake what was made like this. I don't flinch, I persist.
All right, so we got everything kind of wired in here. We're at one of the more technical side of things in this project. While I was kind of wiring everything up, I decided that I'm gonna put the table saw on this outlet right here, and I wanted to leave the top part of this outlet hot and the bottom one on a switch. So in order to do that, you got to break one of these little tabs off over here on your hot side, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have to run a jump wire from the box over here, and then we're going to have a constant hot wire as well. So I'm going to wire all this stuff up and kind of let you see how that works and explain it as I go. So let's get started. First thing we got to strip is we got right here, we got our hot coming in, and then we got our hot wire going out. So I've already got those stripped, and I left my jumper alone in here so I know what's going on inside this box. Now I know right here on this side, if you wiggle, this is going to be my hot coming in, and then this one's going to be my jumper. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wire up my hot. So let's get that started. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little score to the bottom of this Romex and then pull off the rubber. Get it separated. Okay. Now when you're stripping this wire and you're fixing to make your loop, you want to give it about 3/4 of an inch-ish. You know, about a thumbnail's length. Now for this process, you want to leave your ground alone. Leave it kind of hanging out over here because you're actually going to put these two ground wires together. So let's get our loop going. Let's see here. And I think I'm actually going to leave the bottom hot on this one. So one common mistake a lot of people do is when they put these little loops on here. One, they're gonna leave some exposed wire coming out of the back. And two, they're gonna loop it the wrong way, okay? You always wanna make sure that that loop is looped the same way that you're tightening. That way, when you tighten it down, that loop's getting stronger and making good contact. And you don't have any wire exposed coming out of the back of that, okay? And you want to keep in mind that black goes to gold, silver goes to white. All right, so black's hot, silver's common, or neutral. So there again, make sure that loop gonna go with tighten. All right, so now that we got our solid hot is there and ready to go. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on our other one. So remember, we left our ground just kind of hanging out. So there again, score your Romex and pull the plastic just like that. All right, so this common right here is a dead wire. What you're gonna wanna do is get you a little orange wire nut and cover it. You don't have to. There's not going to be anything going to it, but it's just to let someone know that, hey, it's a dead wire. If anybody was to ever get this bench or anything, just dead, nothing good, nothing there. Let's get stripping. Okay, we never needed to use it down the road, it would be there. So this right here on your jumper is going to go to your switch. It's actually the ground from it is going to go to your switch as well. Now we got our jumper on there. And of course, you only need one common coming up because it's connected there. So what you got to do with the switch is you have to break your hot with your switch. So that's where down here, we're going to have a jumper down here. So there are 2 into 1 there. got those grounds together right there. So now we'll have these two grounds together. And then we'll put these two grounds together right here. And run those two into one. So when you do that, you want to twist it up nice and neat like that, and then just clip it off right there. Get you a nice flush end. Then find you one of these wires, and you want one of these connectors where you can slip it down in, wire nuts, and just kind of put it on there and twist her on. All right, that one's ready. Basically, this plug right here is ready to go. Just kind of tuck the wires off in there now and get everything set. And I can already tell you my electrician buddy's talking smack, because every time I watch him do this, he's got his little drill out and making this stuff go quick. He's like, "You idiot, I already showed you how to do this once." All right, we'll button that up in just a second. All right, now onto the switch. So, here's that. Something you guys want to pay attention to whenever you're putting these off-on switches. Like if it says no, it's upside down. Just gonna put that out there. All right, and that's the technical side of what we were going to do here. The rest of them just kind of real simple wiring up outlets and getting everything set up. So I'll continue going on. Hope you learned something there. All right, so here we are at the back side of the table. What we're gonna do right now is we're just gonna do a simple outlet wire up. Really simple. So, got your standard 2-plug outlet. Got some of these really nice wire strippers. So what I like to do is kind of get the Romex little score right here, right at the box. Then take your thumb, push it on it, and then just pull the Romex. And it should come right off just like that. And then pull your wires apart, pull your paper to expose your ground. And you got your hot, common ground. And then what I like to do, and I probably should have done this before I stripped it, was I like to leave about a hand length and a half. So it's about right. It's kind of where I like it. So when you go to strip this wire, about 3/4 of an inch is kind of where you want to go. And then just get it on where you're going. Clamp, push your thumb. Again, get it where you want it. Clamp, push it with your thumb. Now you want to grab it right at the very tip of the wire, curve it around, make you a nice little loop, just like that. Same thing with your hot, nice little loop, just like that. Same thing with your ground, nice little loop, just like that. Now we're going to take our recep and move our wires around a little bit so it matches where we need it to go. So black with gold, doesn't matter if it's on the top or bottom. But what you do want to make sure is that one, you're spinning it the way that you're tightening it. See the loop? The loop should always loop the same way that you're tightening it. That way, when you get it tight, it's grabbing instead of pulling out, just like that. All right, so white, common, always goes with silver. So that one's gonna be upside down because it's on the other side. So the same thing, always wanna make sure your loop is looped in the same direction that you're tightening. That way it doesn't push out when you tighten it. Okay. And then put your ground on. And what I like to do on my ground is I like to bend it a little more and then tighten it in, just because it's more exposed than the other wires. All right, now that we got all that done, what you want to do is kind of play the zigzag method. Push down into the back, and then up with your thumb, and then push your outlet down into position. Give her a little bit of tighten there on the top. Get your screw in the bottom. Grab my drill real quick. You grab your faceplate cover. What the hell? there you have it, one finished outlet.
I was raised in the rust, built tough as nails, where the wind cut sharp and the weak boys bail. I felt the dirt, I've tasted steel, but I ain't never bowed and I never will. Got a backbone carved out of red clay pride, and a fight that don't quit when it's tested or tried. You can bet your last dime and your name on a stone, this fighting heart don't break, it owns. I was built for this, for the blood and sweat, for the long shot odds and the no-name bet, for the nights that burn and the mornings rough, for the pain that pounds but ain't ever enough. Yeah, I'm cut from the grit, from the hammer and hiss. You can't stop what was born for the risk. I'm not just standing, I exist, 'cause I was built for this. Don't need luck when the storm rolls in. I ride that thunder like it's born within. Been down to nothing, still I rose, with nothing but truth in my callous soul. Ain't no map for the path I ride, just a six-gear faith and a flame inside. You can count me out, but you'll count wrong. I don't crack, I just get strong. I was built for this, for the back road wars, for the locked door scars and the slamming floors, for the loss that stings and the pride that climbs, for the line you draw and the one I cross every time. Yeah, I'm stormproof, fire-tested, tight fist. You can't shake what was made like this. I don't flinch, I persist, 'cause I was built for this. Hey, 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 hey. Call it crazy, call it fate, but I was born to shoulder weight. Let the world try knocking me down, I get up and shake the ground. I was built for this, for the burning blast, for the mile-long run and the shadowed past, for the tears to fight, the faith I keep, for the dream too wild and the hill too steep. Yeah, I'm bones and dust, but I still resist. I ain't breaking, I insist. I was born for the hit.
And that's how to do it the quick way. Alright, so this is where you're going to notice something that's a little out of place. Well, a while back I was leaving for work one morning and I may have caught this really long 100-foot extension cord on my tire that went to the boat. That was fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this thing, salvaged piece of it, to supply power to my table. So I'm going to wire it into here, and then the plug is going to go to the outlet on the wall, and it will power up everything else when you plug it in. So basically the table is going to be like a big extension cord or a big multi-plug, big power strip, however you want to put it. It's going to be kind of neat when it gets all done. So I'll keep working at it. right, well, that's that. Get this junction block all buttoned up and everything going where it needs to go in there. And then get this thing mounted and where it needs to go, where I can roll it up and put it up when I need to, and we're in business. So, all right, guys, I think we're at the point to where it's pretty much wrapped up. Now it's just kind of clean up. But I did want to show you, like, where we wired up this plug, how we got hot on the bottom over here. And I'm going to show you how this tool works. Now we're hot in every one of these boxes. Every one of them, it'll tell you if we're hot. So now that bottom plug right here is not switched, it's hot all the time. So we got it on. All I did was unplug it, so I'm gonna plug it in the top side. Now this top plug is what I'm gonna use for this router. Once I get it mounted, I'm gonna put that router on this switch. That is gonna be really convenient. Like, that's I'm gonna decide to put that in while I was doing this little project. So hope you guys like what I did, and hopefully you learned something from this little project. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out, like, share, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see anything else. Thank you guys, I appreciate your time.
It's a family tradition. Wine in a three-piece suit, I shotgun beer and scuffed up boots. You can keep your manners and your champagne crowd. I'd rather two-step with the bar lights down. They said you're too rough, I